Yo, what's up guys? Yeah, PoGame here. Today we have another Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl moveset video guide on how to use Feraligatr. We actually did Typhlosion a couple days ago, so feel free to check that out. Also, if you're new to the channel, you like Pokemon content, I upload 2 to 3 videos a day. Feel free to subscribe. My end of next year goal is 300,000 subscribers, so you being able to see Pokemon content, I produce Pokemon content, we can make something happen here. But I like Feraligatr a lot, and I'm very happy that this Pokemon is OU at the moment, so I think that's super cool. Feraligatr has an awesome ability in Sheer Force. It's probably the best out of the Johto starters competitively, and I'm happy that they actually gave it a buff. It sucks that the Johto starters didn't really get anything crazy for them, right? Like Megas or just new forms in general or insane buffs, though I think Typhlosion will probably be getting one in Pokemon Legends Arceus, but still. But Feraligatr does have the Sheer Force ability, which is awesome because it boosts attacks with secondary effects. So attacks like Waterfall that can flinch, Ice Punch that can freeze, and Crunch that can get defense drops are all boosted by Sheer Force 1.3 times. On top of that, when you pair Sheer Force with a Life Orb and you use a Sheer Force boosted move, like the 3 attacks I mentioned, you don't take Life Orb recoil. So Life Orb is the perfect item for Feraligatr. The first set we have is the Dragon Dance set for Gator. Now, you can go either Adamant or Jolly on any of these sets. I'm just going to preface it with that. The benefits of Jolly are you're faster than Timid Breloom, Max Speed Heatran, Adamant Lucario. The benefits of Adamant are you're stronger, obviously. So a Pokemon like Tangrowth is 2-hit KO by Ice Punch after Stealth Rock type of thing. Whereas that's something that Jolly kind of fails to do. So the damage is really up to you, like what you actually prefer, but it's fast enough in the current metagame where it doesn't really matter whether you go Adamant or Jolly, so that's really up to you. Max attack, max speed, you're always going to want to do that. And on the Dragon Dance set I mentioned already, Waterfall is your stab. There's no liquidation right now, so when it does get liquidation again, or if it does, you put liquidation over Waterfall just because it's stronger. You have Ice Punch right there. That's your main thing for grass types, that's your main thing for Dragon in the tier, and since BDSP is basically Dragon type the tier, it's really nice for Pokemon like Latios, and of course it has that 4 times effective damage on Gliscor too, while also hitting Tangrowth for super effective damage. And then your last move is either Crunch or Earthquake. So the benefits of Crunch are you hit Starmie for a KO. It's Sheer Force boosted. It's also a move that allows Gator to hit Shedinja, which is a Pokemon you sometimes see on stall in the higher ladder. And Shedinja's Wonder Guard ability allows it to avoid Ice Punch and Waterfall, so Crunch gives you an option versus that. It's also just a pretty strong move in general when boosted by Sheer Force and whatnot. But the other option is Earthquake. Now Earthquake is just a stronger option versus the Pokemon like Azumarill. So it's a stronger option versus Azumarill as well as Empoleon. That's basically like what it hits at the moment. It gives you a guaranteed KO on, I guess, Heatran if they can somehow take a Waterfall, which they may be able to if you're Jolly and they run some defense or something. But Earthquake is obviously that 4 times effective damage. So that's really what you like out of that. Crunch is very strong, though, especially when boosted by Sheer Force. And Earthquake just gives you a stronger move versus Azumarill and Empoleon. I'm sure there's a few other targets, like Magnezone for sure, is another one that comes to mind that you can pick up the KO on. And yeah, so that really, I guess maybe if you're running like a Gravity team and you hit like Rotom Wash, yeah, you can hit it with Earthquake, so that'd be cool. But otherwise, Crunch is, I think, the better option overall. It gives Gator just a strong move. All of its moves are very hard to switch into. They'll 2-hit KO most Pokemon in the metagame. And Gator also has the bulk in 85 HP, 100 defense, 83 special defense, so pretty nice bulk. It can live most hits. Next up we have Swords Dance. Now Swords Dance, instead of using Dragon Dance to boost your attack and speed, you're using Swords Dance to boost your attack +2. So you give up on the speed. Jolly Nature or Adamant, once again, I already told you the pros and cons of both. Jolly being able, I think on Swords Dance you definitely want Jolly though, because you want to be faster than Breloom for sure. So Waterfall and Ice Punch I feel are a given. You need this on Gator in my opinion. Then the last move is kind of what you decide, right? I already mentioned Crunch is good for Starmie and stuff, but for example, a +2 Waterfall into Aqua Jet can knock out Starmie, offensive Starmie anyway. So that is an option, and Aqua Jet is the slash next to Crunch because it allows you to hit Infernape before like a Banded Infernape comes in and knocks you out with close combat after a little bit of damage on you. It lets you knock out a weakened Weavile. It lets you KO an Alakazam that has its sash broken. So it's kind of like, it depends on what you really want out of the Pokemon itself. I prefer Crunch, but if I am using Swords Dance, that's only because I'm typically using it on a Sticky Web build. So if I'm using it on Sticky Web, I don't have to really worry about speed for certain Pokemon. Obviously, most of those targets I mentioned that Aqua Jet hits, you don't really have to worry about speed for that. So you can afford to go crunch over that. But again, that's kind of up to you. Some Gators with Swords Dance also used to run like sub leftover sets, but because those targets are no longer available that you can beat, like block substitute, Dragon Dance Waterfall was also something, or block substitute. Swords Dance Waterfall was something that Gator would use to beat Alomola, but Alomola is not in the tier anymore, and so that's like, I don't think those can currently work in OU personally, especially with like Unaware Clef and stuff like that. Maybe if you go like a bulkier variant, but I think this is like the main thing when it comes to Swords Dance. Another set that was used back in the day that I think also has some use on offense and versus offense is Agility for Alligator. So for Alligator, uses Agility to boost its speed +2. This allows to outspeed even Scarf Latios and Scarf Gengar, being able to deal with them via your Sheer Force boosted crunches. So again, this is a little bit better versus offensive teams that depend on their natural speed in order to deal with for Alligator. So teams that would have like Scarf Infernape, Breloom, Starmie, Latios type of builds, maybe with like a Garchomp or whatever, you Agility up for free. Maybe you'll use this with like dual screens or something. I think Dragon Dance also works really well with dual screens, aka Light Screen and Reflect, because it boosts its defenses, so it doesn't have to worry about taking a hit, and that can just cleanly sweep. But you can make the same argument for Dragon Dance. But the thing with Dragon Dance is you're still fat. You're slower than Scarf Lati. You're slower than Scarf Infernape. So Agility allows you to bypass that while losing out on the attack buffs that you would get from Swords Dance and Dragon Dance. So this one definitely wants hazard damage. Stealth Rock specifically are pretty important, so you could deal with like Lati, both Latis. Also lets you wear down Gyarados a little bit more. But yeah, Agility is just another option if you just want to try something that's not Dragon Dance or Swords Dance on Gator. And then this next set was a really fun set that we used back in the day. I don't think the targets are still around, and honestly, this probably doesn't work as good in the OU tier, but it does lure Tangrowth, which is pretty cool. And I think that you could even make an argument for on a particular set slashing Ice Beam over Ice Punch. But the pros of Ice Beam, even though it only has 79 base special attack, is that physically defensive Tangrowth drops to a modest Life Orb Sheer Force Ice Beam. So that's really nice. Also, Fizdef, Gliscor will drop to Ice Beam too. But again, Ice Punch on special defensive Gliscor, you're doing around the same. So it's just, well, I mean, Ice Beam is stronger, but you're still doing enough to it either way. But yeah, so the idea is that you use Work Up to boost your special attack, and that allows you to really have a strong Ice Beam, obviously. Focus Blast is your, I'm going to hit opposing water types sometimes. 70% of the time you'll hit them. But it's really strong, especially when it's Sheer Force boosted. And then, of course, you have Hydro Pump. You can go Surf as well. Not really too many water moves that Gator wants to run besides, if you're not running Waterfall, again, Hydro Pump or Surf on the special side. But just the more fun for Alligator. And then maybe if you just wanted to go 3 attacks, you can go Aqua Jet instead. You wouldn't use a Modest Nature. You go to like a Rash Nature or anything like that. But that's because you don't want to lower your attack, because the Aqua Jet can be really useful for like a weakened Infernape or things like that. And obviously, all the other 2 of the moves do take Life Orb Recall in this set. That would be Aqua Jet and Hydro Pump, but Ice Beam and Focus Blast though. So that's just something that you want to keep in mind. But this was really cool back when Gator was in the same tier as like Pharaoh Seed, so you could hit them with Focus Blast for 2 KO. Also smacking something like Miltank. Fizdef Miltank could otherwise deal with Gator, especially if it was Curse. And it was just strong for things like Alomola as well. But that's basically all I have for Alligator today. I will be showing it off in a Showdown Live later today. I've actually used Alligator, I think, 2 or 3 times on the channel already. But I will be showing it off later today. Of course, if you guys did enjoy, make sure you leave a like, subscribe. Also, I believe I actually have some merchandise available now. I've teamed up with Merchland and we made this BDSP style merch. So big shout outs to A-Drive as well for making it all possible. It's on your screen now. If you guys want to pick it up, feel free to. That'll be available till the end of December. But yeah, the link is down below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.